Every car has a story.
Like the best thing ever.
For some, they end up here. Hi, I'm Gary Nichols. My team and I rescue cars from this. Here at Radical Rods, Rides and Restoration, we restore vehicles, giving them a renewed lease on life and preserving their stories so they could be told right here on Radical Restoration. Typically, a car restoration can take on average from 6 to 12 months, depending on the condition of the vehicle. In this episode, we narrowed the build time down to 5 weeks, and we'll follow along. There will be a build on a 1968 442 Olds convertible that we're going to have unveiled at a corporate event. Well, we're going ahead with the Nutrifarms project car, which is the 68 Cutlass convertible. It's going to be called the Nutri-Rod, which is an interesting name that Dave came up with. Nutrifarms is having a grand opening on October the 28th, I believe. And there's going to be about 200 people there, including the mayor. So the idea is we're going to have the car there for the grand opening as well. So at this point right now, we've got just between 4 and 5 weeks to get the car done. It actually should take months to do, but we're narrowing it down to about a third of the time. The parts list for this car is incredible. I've been at it for 2 days. We don't have everything for 68s, and they are slightly different. Chrome piece, everything from bumpers to bumper bolts to exhaust systems to some internal engine parts, lots of interior parts. So it's going to be a bit of a scramble. Well, I love the challenge.
We're getting it ready for a grand opening for a client. Hopefully we have it done on time, but there's quite a bit of work ahead of us here, and we're going to make a good effort of it and get this car done.
This is a project that I guess began 10 years ago. I moved into a new neighborhood and found that my neighbor had this car sitting in the backyard, and a good friend of mine was a big Cutlass fanatic. He had a 71 W30, and he said when first he saw the car, he said, "That's a real rare car, you got to get that car." Over time I convinced him to sell me the car, and it sat in my garage for a good 6-7 years now, and finally had an opportunity to get it into Radical here, and hopefully it's going to turn out to be exactly what I envisioned from the start. I'm a VP of Sales and Marketing for a company called Nutrifarms, and we're a growing company, and we do a lot of promotional events, and I thought it was a great marriage to bring the Nutri-Rod in to Nutrifarms and utilize it in our marketing with all our shows we do. And the marriage makes sense simply because we've got Nutrifarms, which is a very old-fashioned style of farming. I'm sure the way things were farmed in 1968 is very similar to the way we do it nowadays. So very simple old-fashioned farming, very simple old-fashioned car before technology came in.
The game plan for the paint is to have this shell painted for next week and over next door, so the interior guys and the mechanics can start. They can start their stuff, because they've got a lot of work to do too. They've got brakes, suspension, shocks, engine, all kinds of goodies to do. And then the interior guy, he has to put his roof in. He's got a lot of interior work to do, recover the seats.
Well, this is the seat from the 442. it had been done before, what ends up happening is the foam deteriorates. The front seats, we are getting new foams. Those are coming in. The back seats, there is no foam available, so I'm just going to rebuild it. But I still want to take it right down to the frame. The reason why, as you can see all the mess here, is rodents love to use these for home. The not so glamorous part of trim work is seats. To do the front seats and the back seats, you're looking at a couple days worth of work. Even though we don't have the covers in the foam just yet, that's why I'm jumping the gun. Pulling these apart, getting them cleaned up so that when they come in, I'll get my work done. I'm pretty sure of it. But yeah, it's going to be right down to the wire, but we'll get it done.
So do you ever hear the story behind this one? It was apparently in the mid-90s, the car was in a car chase going into Toronto.
Oh, I did,
and it went through a construction zone and took out about a dozen pylons. So.
Crazy.
The old owner said the car was cursed. Hopefully it doesn't show as being cursed in the final stages of getting it ready for our opening.
We're just getting the dash apart. We're trying to make some decisions about some of this. The dash pad, there's none available at the moment. I'm trying to get one. Worst case is we might have to repair this one and dye it until the other one is available. And we got a few other issues that this car is a 1 year only, and as you can see, the rubber is basically, it's like concrete. So I'm gonna have to try and get these pieces as well. I have most of them. It's just that we're having a few items that are hard to get. So we're trying to come up with some solutions before the last few days before this is supposed to be ready. So we're just trying to deal with this stuff now.
Well, we had engine mounts come in and they were the wrong ones. They actually asked us over the phone saying, are they the pedestal ones? And we told them no. And unfortunately it came up as a pedestal one. So the listings were incorrect and they didn't give us the right ones. So hopefully this afternoon they'll show up and arrive with the correct ones. Because it's one of those things that puts us back a little bit.
Dave, we're going to be, he's a tall fellow. I think he's 6'6".
Nice to see you.
We're going to be moving
Glad to have
the
you back.
seat rails and bracketry back for him. So the idea is we're going to make it comfortable for him to drive, but when he goes to a car show, when he pulls the seat fully forward, it'll line up with the passenger seat, so it'll look normal for car shows and even for regular height people to drive it.
So I got to sit in here?
Yep.
Okay.
Put it exactly where you're happy with it.
I think that might be good.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah, this will be okay. Hope this needs to change. This is my curse and I gotta fit cars all the time. So this is nice though, at least I get to set it where I want it, where every other car in the world, I just have to, yeah. How's the upholstery coming? Any obstacles? You get the doors in yet? Inside?
No, they're still back ordered.
For the dash and the door panels, I guess that's the one we're waiting on now?
Yeah, and it's not we couldn't get complete panels, so we've got what they call partials, where it's the lower panel. We strip off the upper rolled metal pan at the top, and then we just glue the old pan to the new panel. So it's a bit of a screwing around, but it's fine. And the dash pad is being molded, so and we should be fine timeline. busy with this top here. It's been, looks probably in its past, it's probably been a sat on or bent in some way. It was actually had quite a bow in here. So Marcus made up another bracket in there, bigger rivets to pull it tight. These bows are good. We're just, he's just trying to tweak this one. One side's a little higher, and it's not hitting the stop when it comes back. So once that's set, you can start getting the roof on. This is sort of the hurdle, the headache. You get this ready out of here in the next day and a half. We're moving along pretty good. After this, we'll be putting the doors on. Once we've got the glass on the doors correct, because you use that as your guideline for your fenders. Once the door's true, your fender gap forward is where you go off your front end of your door. So we're going to make sure we get those in, and then all the guys can be working on the front end while Chris is working in here. This is the final week, right? So we're just getting all the inner mechanics for the doors in, door mirrors. We've just set the stance of the car. We just put the rims on, the Foose rims. They look real nice. We're going to bring down the height of the car a little bit. Probably, you know, it's been on stand, so the springs are a little bit stretched at the moment, but I think we'll probably bring the back down an inch and a half. Probably just a little bit more on the front, just to give it that nice stance.
The big reveal. A little bit of a fitting issue. Just the door panel looks like this was made a little too long in the bottom. And it's dragging across the step plate here. So we're gonna have to bring it up a little bit. I want to get this door in place before the stripes go on. Yes, because we can't move the door out. Don't find it.
Tick-tock. We're almost there. We've got Eminent in doing the graphics. We've got to do our final polishing. We just put the lowering springs in the back. We still have a bit of an electrical problem. We've put a brand new regulator in, still wasn't charging, so we've ordered another one in, should be in about 3 o'clock, and then we'll get that in. We're just doing some final detail work right now. The air cleaner with the Nutrarod 442 logos on it, the logos for the valve covers, floor mats are all done, so we're looking pretty good. Other than I think Mother Nature's not going to cooperate that much tomorrow.
I've been watching the weather forecast, extended range forecast for like 3 weeks, and it literally is not much. Meteorologists finally got things right. So the contingency was always to use this space. It's a big space. And, I think it'll be a little bit more quaint with a lot of people in it. So I'm sure it'll all come together. It turned out beautiful. This is my car, but obviously it's a Nutrarod, so I've kind of donated or leased the car to Nutrifarms for use. We do a lot of shows. We do a lot of food shows, and because we deal direct to the public, it's always nice to have kind of an old-fashioned car with an old-fashioned theme and old-fashioned farming kind of all marries together, as you'll see. But truly, it's just been my car since actually the day after I got married. My wife and I walked over next door and found it and bought it. So it's pretty amazing, the transformation in 4 weeks. I'm amazed it's here. I don't think not once it's been scary, because Gary at Radical just has this way of saying, it's okay, it'll be done. It'll be done. So if you went back a week from now, I was showing up going, hey guys, we have 7 days. And Gary's looked at me with all confidence and said, oh, it's plenty of time. Plenty of time. We'll have extra time, he said. So that doesn't seem I guess he's the expert. I know a little bit about food, and he knows a lot about cars.
So we're making some sloppy joes here with Nutrifarms lean ground beef. Back balance already.
See it? How does it look? Cool, eh? Have you tried the buttons on the dash yet? Ew, nice to see it.
All right. So 1, 2, 3.
Great open house and ribbon cutting ceremony for the guys at Nutrifarms, and most of the guys from the shop were down here. A couple of them had to stay behind, and Mark and Matthew were back holding down the fort. But it went well. The reception about the car was very positive, and Dave seems happy with the beast. And Mother Nature didn't help much today. Would have been nice to have been able to drive it in, but 70 kilometer-an-hour winds and lots of rain, so we just changed up the plan and kept it inside. Yeah, nice to see you too. Great work. Thank you very much. Noted if you see the pictures from when we started. This car was very, very rough. They came out very well. Nice and straight. It's hard, you know, the black paint doesn't lie. This car is nice and straight down the sides. Interior came out beautiful. The engine bay looks really good. Dave's wife picked out the rim style that she wanted. They look terrific on the car. We got the stands down a little bit more, so I'm very happy with the way it's come out.
Thank you everybody for coming out today and joining us in this celebration.
Thank you for joining us. My name's Gary Nichols. Until next time, may all your rides be radical.
This program has been brought to you by NutriFarms. For everything natural, NutriFarms provides